Hello, YouTube. So, today we are going to talk about all kinds of things having to do with the heart chakra. And I'm going to explain to you what the heart chakra is. I'm going to explain to you why the heart chakra is so important to your ability to manifest your life, to enjoy and appreciate your life. Here, how does that? Would that look good? There. How's that? And we're going to talk about the meaning of the heart chakra. The heart chakra is actually a symbiotic connection between the higher self and the lower self. It is the truly human realm. And I'm going to help you understand how the heart chakra is actually the place where you can achieve everything you want on this earth. And how many people are wanting to open the heart chakra but do not understand what the heart chakra is. And they don't understand, many people don't understand, what it takes to get the love flowing, not only from your heart chakra, but out of your heart chakra into your life. So we are going to talk about that. I have a lot of thoughts. So I'm going to bring up my notes here so that I can stay on track. Okay, there's my notes. All right, so let's take a look at the heart chakra. All right, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted this to come up there, and then I wanted to look at that be right there, and then I wanted this right there, and then I wanted that right there, and then this. Okay. Now I've got all my windows all set up here. Okay, so the heart chakra. The heart chakra, the symbol for the heart chakra tells us a lot. So let's take a look at that for a moment. Let's see if I have that. That must be it right there. There it is. There's the heart chakra. Now we're talking about the chakra system right now. So there are all different kinds of energy systems superimposed and sometimes, seemingly in the same spot. There's a lot of confusion. But I'm going to bring at least two of these together. And one of them is the Dantian system, which, if you're not familiar with what the Dantian system, this is the Chinese system. The Dantians are not chakras. The Dantians are cauldrons. They are places to purify and mix and gather energy, life force energy, chi energy. This is the energy that comes directly from the universe around us, which is not Kundalini. Kundalini is not life force energy of the universe. You go on so many places on YouTube and all over the internet, and you type in what is Kundalini, and you will have thousands of them that will say Kundalini is the life force energy. It is not the life force energy. The life force energy is chi or prana. Kundalini is something else. We're going to talk about that because Kundalini and the heart chakra are an important component of understanding how to get this world to work. So the Dantian system, I'm looking for I've got so many pictures on my software here. The Dantian system. Nope, can't find that. Anyway, I can explain it to you. Dantian system is the three centers. You have the third eye here, you have the heart, and then you have the navel. These are the three Dantians. These are the three places where we gather energy and we purify it. This is a cauldron. What do you do with a cauldron? You put it on a fire and you purify it. So this is done in Negong in Taoist practices. I did it right first time. The heart chakra right here. You have a chakra right here as well, which is a wheel. Now the wheels are associated with the spinal column and with the nerves, the nervous system. Not just the physical nervous system, but the spiritual nervous system. And you see here that the heart chakra symbol is made up of two intersecting triangles. One triangle is coming up, the other one is coming down, and they intersect and they create this six-pointed star. The number 6 is the number of humans, the human realm. That's why, listen, the Bible was written to control human beings. That's why the word 666 is an evil number, because that's the number of a human. And it even says the number of a human. If you read the Bible, the number 666 is the number of a human. And some people say, well, the number isn't really 666. Doesn't matter whether it was or wasn't. The fact that it became the number is significant, because the Bible is a scripture that is used to control and dominate people. And so that's why human beings are born sinful. And that's why the number 666 is an evil number, because it's trying to get you away from the power of being a human. And the power of being a human is when the physical and the spiritual come together and merge, and you have this incredible power that that is the result of that intersection. So you as a human being, you are the intersection of the physical and the spiritual. The heart center, the anahata, we'll talk about that, what that means. The heart center is where your soul resides in your body. And so your soul is the focal point for the physical and the spiritual to come together. It's why your soul lives in your heart. And this is why you don't want to be stuck up here or down here. I'm touching my navel. And the majority of humans, because we're here to learn, are, in one of these two places. People who are far too spiritual for their own good, who want to take hallucinogens and escape this world. People who want to intellectualize everything. These people are trying to be stuck up here. And so when you have this center stimulated without the first two stimulated before it, then you have people who go crazy. This is nuts. This is where people go nuts. And there's no shortage of crazy spiritual people out there who are doing all kinds of things and having, all kinds of out-of-body experiences and blah, blah, blah. And they think they're experiencing something, and they're not. Because I want you to listen to what I'm going to say here. The most profound spiritual experience you can have in the universe is to be fully human. All of the beings in the cosmos, the gods, the demigods, the angels, the spirits, the elves, the dwarves, the demons, the earth spirits, ghosts, every single being in the universe, animals, every single being in the universe wishes they could become human, because they can see from their perspective how powerful humans have the potential to be. So those of you wanting to escape this world, you're crapping all over the most tremendous gift you've been given. Now, I understand for many of you it's very challenging, it's very painful. I know, I've gone through no shortage of my own pain in life. But I've come to understand what this life means, and I treasure it. I treasure being a human. And not only that, you can tap into powers that the gods can't even tap into if you're a human. But the first step to tap into that power is you have to choose to be here. Stop trying to escape. Stop trying to get rid of your feelings. Stop trying to become enlightened and achieve moksha and escape reincarnation, stop trying to get out of your painful feelings. That's the first step. Second step is to trust the universe. To trust that the universe has your best interest, your happiness at heart. And all of your pain and misery is the result of you trying to run away from your responsibility to yourself. The more you try to run away from your responsibility of everything that you experience and create in life, the more painful life becomes. Okay? Does that make sense? So this is what the two triangles, as they're coming together, this is what that means. It means the union of the spiritual and the physical coming together. And you sit in this power space of the heart chakra. So there's a few things I wanted to say. I wrote notes about it. So the word for the heart chakra in the Sanskrit is anahata. Anahata means, let me see if I have the exact. Anahata means sound produced without touching two parts. Sound produced without touching two parts. It's also translated as the unstruck sound, the unstruck sound. So we have to understand that for a moment. It's also called purity. So, in the Buddhist tradition, which is, by the way, the reason why Buddhists focus on the heart chakra is because people who are drawn to Buddhism and become Buddhists are people who have a karmic path to connect the head with the heart, connect their intellect with their soul. If you've noticed, Buddhists have no shortage of just all kinds of deep intellectual conversations about the nature of the self, and they go on and on and on, and they fight with each other. And if you try and read the stuff, it is so complicated. It's hard to just but yet they're so complicated and so intellectual, and yet their basic practice is emptiness meditation, where they want to go into a space of emptiness. It's also, the main focus is compassion, finding the middle way. This is the middle way right here. In between the two, this is the middle way. Now, what ends up happening when you go to a place where you have the union of two very powerful forces? You end up in a place that has a lot of power, and it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of energy to figure that out. Living in the heart center is not necessarily an easy thing to do. People talk about wanting to open the heart center without knowing what the heart center means. And I know why they want to, because people want to experience love. And the heart center represents love. So people want to open the heart center so that they can feel loved. But they don't understand that wanting to feel loved is not the same as wanting to escape your pain. I'll say that again. Wanting to be loved is not the same as wanting to escape your pain. If you are focused on the heart center and focused on love and light and focused on compassion, because what you want is, you want compassion, you don't feel loved, you don't feel appreciated, and so you think if you focus on that, you'll get it. That could happen, but you will have to go through the discipline of being able to hold these two forces in a state of union. The spiritual and the physical. The physical has to do with all of your emotions. feelings, all of your emotions, all of your physical impulses, all of your instincts, all of your psychological baggage, all of your psychological programming. All of that has to come up in here and meet the emptiness and the peace of the higher realm. Now you put those two things together, they don't mix well, do they? They're two complete opposites of the spectrum. So you're living in the middle of the fusion of these two polar opposites. If you think that is going to be an easy thing to manage, I have news for you. This is why it takes tremendous discipline. So Buddhists are people who have a karmic destiny to balance their intellect with their emotions. And in order to do that, you must be in a state of peace. Peace is not the emptiness or the lack of energy. Peace is not the lack or the emptiness of movement. Peace is a dynamic stasis that is constantly seeking to be disrupted at any time. So here we have the merging of the two forces. And in that, if you see in the center there, you'll see this thing that we could call a drum. It creates a space of a drum. That's why the heart beats. Dum 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 dum. Hamsa, hamsa, hamsa. I am, I am, I am, I am. Soham, soham, soham. I am. And that unstruck sound is what we want. Most of the sound that you experience is struck. The sound is a vibration. A vibration is an experience. And I'm telling you, most of you, and I'm not out of the loop on this one either. Most of you, the sound that you experience in your life, the emotion, the thought, the feeling, is as a result of a struck sound. What is a struck sound? It means that when you have sadness, when you have pain, when you have desire, when you have resentment, when you have anything, it strikes you and you have a reaction to it. And then you're forced into. Everybody listening to me who is depressed, who is seeking, you clicked on this video because I want to be in the heart center, I want to be in love, I want to be in peace, I want to be in happiness, I want to escape the pain of the drama of this world. You are a struck sound. Your life gave you challenges. You were born in a difficult family life. Your parents didn't love you. I'm not making fun of any of this. I lived through all of it myself. Life has been cruel to you. People have broken your heart. You are filled with sadness and despair and pain, and you want out so bad. You want out, and you seek it in spirituality. And you know that the heart center is the place of compassion. And so you say, I'm going to be full of love and light. I'm going to follow the way of compassion. But it's because you want compassion more than you want to give it. Nothing wrong with that as long as you are conscious. Conscious means that you are aware of all of your feelings without judgment. Are you full of rage? Are you full of murderous anger? If you can say that and say, yes, I am full of murderous rage and anger, and I love myself and I accept myself, you are conscious, because then you won't take action on that. But if you say, I'm full of love and light and I will never go down, and I don't go down to those lower vibrations because that's not spiritual, and you're not spiritual right now because you're being mean to me, and you're not conscious. You think that focusing on love and light makes you conscious? Love and light is the result of living from the unstruck sound. The unstruck sound is what? The sound that existed before you became human. The sound of your true essence before you incarnated. The whole point, listen to what I'm telling you, the whole point of your existence on earth is to hear that sound and vibrate from it. And just because you think you are spiritual does not mean that you are operating from the unstruck sound. If you are seeking to find love, you have been struck. You've been struck by the need to be loved. I'm not judging it. I want to be loved. Nothing wrong with that. If you are seeking prosperity, you want money, you have been struck with the sound of poverty, and you respond to that by wanting money. If you are seeking security and power, you have been struck by insecurity, by vulnerability, and you respond to that by wanting power. This is the balance. We live in a world, a universe, a matrix that seeks balance. We're constantly being struck from one end to another. Those of you listening to me now, you think that I'm telling you what you need to do is to be perfect and be unstruck. And that itself is a result of being struck, wanting to be perfect, wanting to escape. The unstruck sound is living from the joy of your pure essence. Your pure essence is your soul. What is the soul? Let's talk about that for a moment. So the soul the ancient word was sawul. Sawul means the sun and it means the soul. The feminine, the goddess, our ancestors, my ancestors worshiped the goddess of the sun, not the god of the sun, because the sun is both masculine and feminine. The goddess of the sun was named Sunna. We still have it in the word today, the sun. It means it is Sunna. In Buddhism, you seek to experience the state of shunyata, emptiness, 0 point. Comes from the same word. You see the similarity? Sunna, shunyata, shunya, sunna. It's the same word. It's an Indo-European word that means the pure, undifferentiated potential. Emptiness. Emptiness isn't empty. Emptiness is full of infinity that has not been manifested. If you were to step physically into the state of sunna, you would be obliterated into all of your molecular, you would just be completely obliterated because you are manifest in a physical form. You are manifest in a specific identity. Again, those of you listening to me who think that I'm trying to tell you to obliterate your identity, you're not hearing what I'm saying. You're already human. You chose to be physical. You chose to be a specific person. You didn't come here to obliterate yourself. People talk about the ego and getting rid of the ego, and they don't understand that the ego is necessary in order to be human. In order to be human is to bring these two worlds together and become the most powerful being in existence. Your destiny is to be the most powerful being in existence. Why do you want to destroy that? I understand why. Because it's painful, because it's challenging, because it's frightening. So accept the challenge. Stop fighting the challenge. You chose to be here. Being a human being and wanting to escape and complaining about how painful life is and wanting to be something somewhere else and wanting to be a starseed and wanting to... all of that is like if somebody hands you the keys to all of existence and you go, oh my God, it's so big and I don't know what to do with it and I just want to sit here. It's just amazing. Every other being in the universe is looking at you. If you're sitting there crying on your bed about how horrible your life is and how you're a victim and everybody does it to you, every other being in the universe is going, oh my God, just do it. If I was in your shoes, do you know what I would accomplish? Of course, they're seeing it in hindsight because they still remember who they are. You forgot. That's, how the game works. You have to forget who you are, and you have to come here and remember. The way to remember is to go into your soul and live from your soul. So I've talked about it numerous times. I'll talk about it again. The book, if you want to master what I'm talking about, get this book. The Shamanic Secret Commandment to a Perfect Life. You master what's in that little book, you will understand what anahata means. It means to operate from the sound vibration that exists within you underneath all of the struck sounds. I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm not good looking enough, I'm not rich enough, nobody loves me, I need to escape this world, I need to be spiritual. You're being pounded around and you're reacting. When you get to the place of your joy, nothing can touch you. Your joy, the essence of your soul is joy. That doesn't mean to be human means to be in constant bliss all the time. No, to be human is to struggle and to work and to seek that balance and to accomplish. And that means going up against challenges, going up against the resistance of this life, and to take joy in that. And what drives you and makes you bulletproof is knowing what your true joy in this world is. And many of us don't. And that's, again, that's not a criticism, it's just a fact, because that's what we came here to do. We forgot, we choose to forget who we were, so that we could come down here and go, wow, wait, there's this thing inside of me. I'm going to follow that. No, your parents say, no, you got to be this. And you say, no, mom and dad, I want to be that. Your church says, I got to be this. And you say, no, I want to be this. And your friends go, what are you doing? You're making me feel bad. You're so successful. I don't like that. I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do. Boom, that is the unstruck sound. And then you are able to chart your course through this world. The unstruck sound is the joy of your soul. All right, see, what else did I want to say before I answer any questions? I think I already said it here. Sunnah, lower of higher self. All right, so I touched on all of it. I may have gotten a little off track. Let's see if there are any questions. The way this works, if you are new to the channel, this is a question and answer. So if you have a question, write the word question in all caps and then the rest of it in normal. Write full sentences. If I respond to you and I ask a question wanting you to respond, don't assume that I know the context, because by the time I see your response, it'll be minutes later. Always write out in context exactly what you want so that I can answer you. Just Tara, question, can illness possibly be linked to blocked cauldrons? Here's what I'm going to, a better question is to ask me, what is the cause of illness? That's a better question to ask me, because what you're trying to do is maybe you have an idea of what it is, and what you're really wanting me to do is co-sign your idea of that. Nothing wrong with what you're asking, but let's get to the heart of it. Illness is the result of your soul being in conflict with your ego. I'm using the word ego in quotes because in this sense, ego means your desire to be loved and accepted by the world. This is the only thing you have to overcome. The only thing you have to overcome is your need to be loved and accepted by the world. And if you can, and the only way you'll do that is if you know what your soul wants. Now, if you don't know what your soul wants, the only thing you're going to seek in this world is to be loved and accepted by other people, because you will have no other reason to exist. And that's why you will be sad, that's why you will be lonely, that's why you'll be miserable, that's why you'll be depressed, because the love and acceptance of the world, your friends, your family, your parents, your spouse, will not be enough to give you fulfillment. The only fulfillment that you can get comes from your connection to your soul and following the joy of your soul. Doesn't mean that you won't have challenges and you won't continuously bump into the need and the desire to be loved and accepted and wrestle with that. It's a continuous thing. I'm constantly asking myself, every day I'm asking myself, what is it I want? What is it I really want? Because if I can answer that question, I will find fulfillment. And I'm here, once I find it and I fully, completely get it, guess what? I will no longer be human. I will die or I will phase out of existence. So if you still see me and there's a meat bag attached to me, it means that I haven't completely fulfilled all the desire within me of my soul, and that's a good thing. So any illness, physical illness, mental illness, is a result of the conflict between the soul desire and the ego that wants to be loved and accepted. Now you need your ego in order to be human. So don't try and get rid of your ego. It's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking about, a lot of people talk about spirituality, but what they're talking about is suicide. Wanting to obliterate the ego, wanting to be without ego, wanting to be without self is, every time I hear it, I hear somebody who's in pain and they want to commit suicide. You have to have your ego. You have to have an identity. Without an identity, you can't function. The people who don't have identities, and this is very sad, the people who truly have no identity are people who have personality disorders. We're talking narcissistic personality disorder. This is what creates serial killers and what creates psychopaths. Psychopaths are psychopaths because they have no identity. If they had an identity, they would be able to empathize with others. Sociopaths are non-violent, but they also have no empathy. And so narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, these are people who were damaged so badly or denied love, abandoned as infants, or not given enough love or not given enough attention in the formative stages of their ego, that their ego was never formed. And so because they have no ego, they don't have any compassion. They don't have any empathy. And they live in there. It's horrible. But that is the extreme of what every person goes through on some level. Especially if you have pain in your life. If you have pain in your life, and to the point where you can't function, where you're sick, where you're addicted to drugs, you're depressed all the time, and I'm not judging you. I know a lot of you are like that. I have been like that. It means that you lack an identity. Because when you have an identity and you know who you are, then you aren't dependent upon other people and other things for your fulfillment. You are dependent upon your soul to go and get your fulfillment in this world, from this world. That's the beauty of it. So illness is, we could say it's a block in the cauldrons, but if that's your focus of, I'm going to unblock the cauldron, well, how do you unblock the cauldron? You focus on your soul. You live from your soul. You live from your soul. You unblock the cauldron. You open up the chakras. All of your energy system is opened. All the energy goes through your whole body. All the, everything comes together and you become healthy. Forgive the noise. I'm washing clothes. I forgot to turn it off when I turned on the video here. All right, let's see other questions. Veronica Secret. Question, Anahata. It looks like being in the eye of a hurricane. Sethicus tries to explain this, but I'm thinking you just connected. Can you confirm or elaborate? Okay, so please don't ask me about other teachers. I don't want to talk about other teachers. I wasn't there. I don't know what Sethicus said, so I can't agree or disagree with Um, looks like being in the eye of a hurricane. Can you confirm or elaborate if I'm off a little? Well, I kind of don't want to touch that question because again, you're asking me to co-sign your feel. I'm okay with you having that experience. I don't find anything. Let me put it this way: I don't find anything wrong with what you've said. Let's put it that way. All right, I don't see any more questions here. So you know what the drill is. If you don't ask me questions, I got to sell you stuff. Because I want to spend all my time making videos. So one thing I got to tell you is that I'm getting close to paying off my taxes. I'm just about ready to do it, which means that all of the savings that I have been offering here at courses.thunderwizard.com are going to be coming to an end. In fact, just this morning, I raised my price for Vedic astrological readings back up to the normal price of $398. I did that because I'm booked with a lot of things. I got a lot of distance healings to do, and I got a lot of Vedic readings to do, and of course my regular clients. I don't like spending a lot of time on the phone. I like to be out doing stuff. So that means my time starts becoming more precious to me, which means I charge more for it. So take advantage of that, the savings that are still there right now. So I want to once again share with you something that will be going away very soon, which is the immortality package. So let's talk about that for a moment. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about right now is a very special package that I've put together, which I think is long overdue. I've been getting a lot of questions about reincarnation, and I've been getting a lot of questions about immortality and health and youth, and what are some of the ways that you can, stay young, stay healthy, stay strong. So, if you know, there's already a service that you can get to by going to immortal.thunderwizard.com, and that is the Becoming an Immortal Phase 1 teaching series, which I teach you a very ancient, esoteric Taoist meditation from Taoist master wizards who are known for living very long lives. And if you've trained in any of these, you know that there are legends of these Taoist masters who have actually become immortals. And what an immortal is that through their spiritual practice, through their energy work, they raise the vibration of their cells up to a certain level that they phase out of three-dimensional existence and they live in multiple dimensions. They're still here, they're still around, but you can't see them. But it's because they have chosen to do this kind of work to become, in the Taoist understanding, to become a god, to become an immortal. So as I said, there's two ways to achieve freedom from reincarnation. One is to achieve all of your desires over multiple lifetimes, and then you never have to come back and you move on to the next phase. The other is to raise the vibrational level of the energy in your organs and in your cells so that you phase out of existence and become what is known as an immortal. And that way you hold on to your awareness and you don't have to forget who you are and come back and relearn everything. So that was the Taoist mindset. The Taoist mindset is, let's do this right once so that we don't have to keep coming back and remembering who we are. And they did that through energy work. Now, the benefits of that, the benefits of doing the immortality meditation is that your cells start to vibrate on a higher level. The energy in the organs and the cells start to vibrate on a higher level, and you end up reversing your aging. So in this package, let me tell you what is in this package. I guess before that, let me just tell you, I swear to you, I'm telling you the truth. Last night, again, I was with a very beautiful young woman who was, I believe she was 22. And I was spending some time with her. And she wanted to know my age, and she said, I want to guess your age. Because I had told her some of the things that I had done, and she said, wow, you've done a lot of stuff. She says, I want to guess your age. And I said, please, I'd love to hear that. So she looked at me and she scrutinized my face and touched my body and my arms. And then she said, I think you're 45. And I said, thank you. That's very kind of you. I'm actually 56. She said, really? Wow. I was actually, trying to go older than what I thought just to be safe. But she says, you could pass for 40 if you want, especially if if you dyed your gray hairs, people wouldn't know how old you were. And I said, thank you. That makes me feel very good. I do feel good. I do feel healthy. So I'm not telling you that to brag. I'm telling you that that is the result of the practices that I've done throughout my life. Now, I've been doing it since I was in my late 20s. But I've learned that there are multiple factors involved. You have to have the right understanding of how the matrix works so that you can get the matrix to give you what you want. You have to understand how the matrix works. You also understand emotionally and psychologically how to interact with life. A lot of people are under stress. They take themselves too seriously. They take other people too seriously. And that has to do partly with you don't know how the matrix functions, and so you feel like you're a victim and all those kinds of things. But the other aspect is not knowing how to do the energy work and the meditations that keep your body young. You have to have all of them. So let me tell you what is in this package. So what we have in this package is you're going to have access to a package that already exists, which is called the 4 Tools to Exit the Matrix. In this package, the first teaching series is called Find Your Perfect Career. Now I call it Find Your Perfect Career because most people are interested in money and most people want to know what they can do to make all the money that they want. So I named it that. But the reality is that I have discovered is that when you are operating in unison with your internal spiritual purpose, you know how to manipulate the matrix to give you everything that you want. And when that happens, you end up in this really wonderful dynamic where the universe pays you money to be your authentic self. I don't work. I don't have a job. Right now I'm in Australia. I'm living in a 3-bedroom house that I'm renting, and I'm right across the beach from beautiful tropical beaches and beautiful women walking up and down in bikinis, and I surf all day. And then I come and I do some videos and I talk to my friends on the phone and I help them. I get paid to do that. It's something I would do anyway. It's my perfect life. It's my fantasy life. I've come to find out that that's how the universe works. But you first have to know what your fantasy life is. That you will find at Find Your Perfect Career. That in and of itself will get rid of tons of stress, which creates toxins, which age you and gives you disease. Once you get rid of that, it's a lot easier to be healthy and happy. Okay? The next thing in the 4 Tools to Exit the Matrix is the Celestial Qigong. This is my oldest teaching series. I've been selling it for over 10 years. And it is by far the most powerful energy practice I've ever encountered. It connects you to the Ascended Masters, and it works to reverse aging. It works to bring you higher consciousness. It gives you tremendous spiritual connections, shamanic experiences. People tell me that they've done it and they've traveled outside their body and the blue light beings came to them. And I don't promise that. I just gave people this really great Qigong practice that I've learned and deepened my knowledge with. They've had that experience. So you get the Celestial Qigong as well. Then you get the 5 rules to master the matrix. That's absolutely crucial. You must understand who you are and your relationship to the matrix. Most people don't. Most people think that they're trapped in the matrix. That's only if you don't understand who you are and how the matrix responds to you. Once you understand the rules of how the matrix works, it obeys you because you know exactly what levers to pull to make it do what you want. Okay, and then I give you a link to go to the thunderwizard.com subscription page if you want to be a part of that and learn the Manifestation Mastery course and the Mastery of Shamanism. So that, all of that, and even a hell of a lot more than that is in the 4 Tools to Exit the Matrix package. On top of that, I have also added the Becoming an Immortal Phase 1 teaching series where I teach you this ancient meditation from Taoist masters. I teach you a special mudra. I teach you, anyway, I won't give it all here now because there's a lot of teaching in it. And I explain to you the science and understanding from the Taoist wizard mastery understanding of how to escape reincarnation by becoming an immortal. It's very simple, and this is phase 1. There's 3 phases to it, and when enough people get through phase 1, I'll teach phase 2 and phase 3. Right now, because I am paying off my taxes, I have slashed my prices on everything. So normally, if you were to get the normal price after the savings, these 2 packages would cost you $639. That's after all the savings. I've slashed another $400 off of that, and now it's $239 for all the things that I just mentioned. So go ahead and go to immortality.thunderwizard.com, and you can purchase that slashed price package right here and right now. And you know, maybe this is your window. I'm telling you, the benefits of all this are you get to learn how to live in this world and get paid just to be yourself. You learn how to reduce all of the stress, all of the craziness of your false beliefs about who you are and what the universe is, and all the stress that goes along with that. Once you relieve all the stress of that, you already put yourself in a position to be healthier and happier. Then when you combine the energy work of both the Celestial Qigong and the Immortal Phase 1 package, and you do those practices, then you start to reverse the aging process within the cells of the body, within the organs of the body. And then like me, when you're, 60 is right around the corner for me, women, if you're a guy, women half your age will comment about how young you look. And at the same time, they'll say, but you're so mature and so wise. It's the best of both worlds. I'm telling you, man, this is the best of both worlds for me now. And I'm only telling you this because people are bringing it to my attention. And since people are asking me about reincarnation and how to avoid the pain of reincarnation, you have to understand that there's more to it than that. I'm going to talk about that in some other videos, but for this right now, I just want to introduce you to this new package, the Immortality package, immortality.thunderwizard.com. Save $400 off the already slashed prices, and for $239 you get, what would probably be over $1,000 worth of teachings in one little package. Okay, so this is for a limited time only. Take advantage of it now, because once I've paid my taxes off, I'm going to go everything back to their normal prices. All right? Thanks, my friends. I will see you very soon.
Hey there, this is Arnold. I have a very important announcement. I command you to listen to me. This is Arnold Swears He's Bigger, and I'm here to tell you something very important. You must go to thunderwizard.com YouTube channel, subscribe and hit the bell button. I command you to do this. It's the most important thing you're ever going to do in your life. If you don't listen to me now and hear me later and go and subscribe, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to shame you in front of your whole family. I'm going to go to your school and I'm going to chastise you in front of your friends. I'm going to go to your church. I'm going to stand in front of the whole congregation and I'm going to tell people how stupid you are for not going and subscribing to this channel. I tell you now, it's the most important thing you're ever going to do. You have to go and subscribe right now, otherwise my head is going to explode. Do it now, I command you.
All right, so we're back. Let's see if there are any questions now. Dean Nevin's question: do the Norns on the Web of Weird have a direction in the Thunder Wheel? No. The Norns, the Web of Weird is the Thunder Wheel. Remember, let's go over what the web of weird is. For those of you who don't know that, I talk about that in my books. Courses.thunderwizard.com, click on books, and I talk about the norms in most of my books. And the web of weird. The web of weird is the universe. The web of weird, weird means that which has been woven. The word weird. Boy, that's weird. That's so weird. It doesn't mean now what it used to mean. Back in the day, we're talking 1,000 years ago or more, weird meant the law of the universe, time, space-time. So the web of weird is space-time. It is the life force energy that creates this matrix, this Maya, this illusion. So the thunder wheel is a representation of the web of weird. Everything lives in the web of weird. All the gods, humans, giants, dwarves, elves. So the short answer is no. There is no direction for the web of weird. Guess I answered that question. Thanks for the question, Dean Nevins. Ramus Chidian question. Can you please give me an insight? Can you please give me an insight into the art of making a gift to a fellow human? I have no idea what that means. How to set an intention to bring the act of giving to someone a gift closer to the idea of a perfect gift. I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea. So again, it's good to ask me questions about things I teach. To my knowledge, I haven't taught anything that has to do with that. But, whenever you ask a question, if I can help, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to try and understand where the question is coming from. You say, please, and you repeat the same question twice, which means that it's a really intense need and desire. Why do you need to give a perfect gift to somebody? Who is this somebody? And what is it that you want from them? I'll tell you what the most perfect gift is. The most perfect gift is to require nothing from somebody. Now, are you giving this gift because you want this person to love you? Are you giving this gift? And I'm not judging it. This is part of living in the world. We give to people to get. The act of lovemaking is a perfect example. We want to please our partner so that in turn our partner, out of their pleasure, will give back to us. It's a perfect connection of narcissism and selflessness. I see a lot of narcissism in this question because you want to give a gift and you need a perfect gift. If you're wanting to give a perfect gift, it feels to me it's because you want to have power over them. Because if you give the perfect gift, that means nobody can outcompete you, which means you will get the love of that person. I could be totally wrong, but that's what comes off of that. If there wasn't some selfish need on your part that you're not aware of, you have an unconscious need to get something from somebody. Again, I could be wrong. But if that wasn't there, you wouldn't be looking for the perfect gift. I've got to give them the perfect gift because then they'll love me. They'll love me. I totally get it. I got nothing against it. Just be conscious of it. What you're really wanting to ask me is how you can get them to love you. Anyway, I don't know what the perfect gift is. I don't do that. To my knowledge, I've never taught that. So I don't have an answer for you. All right, I don't see any more questions, which is kind of surprising because this should be a very popular topic. Yeah, so I pretty much said everything I want to say, so I'm ready to call it a day. what I would like for you to do, and listen, Arnold is constantly on my case about this. He's in my ear yelling, "Why aren't you getting people to sign up more at the thunderwizard.com channel? Why aren't you having them go to the thunderwizard.com website and subscribing there? They don't understand what they're missing. What you're offering there is amazing. They need to learn from you. You have so much to teach them." He's just constantly yelling at me. So just to get him off my back, go to thunderwizard.com. Take a look at the, I want to say Manifestation Mastery course, but what I was intending to say was I want you to take a look at the first level of subscription, which has to do with the mastery of shamanism. So if you really want to learn what shamanism is, I don't teach a lot, I don't go in that kind of depth on this channel that I do there. Go there. And I would love to have, thousands of people subscribed on that channel. The more people that subscribe on that channel, the more time I spend making videos. But since it came to my mind, look at the Manifestation Mastery course. I'm starting to wind that up. I'm almost completely done winding that up, and I'm moving into the union of the masculine and the feminine, which I have to make a couple of videos of that today. So take a look at that and subscribe. That is one of the best ways to support the channel. And unlike other subscription channels where you subscribe or you donate, when you donate directly to the channel on a continuous basis through the Patreon channel, you get access to teachings that are far more in depth than what I do on this channel. So I recommend, highly recommend that. I mean, it really, I created that because people kept asking me, "You have so many books, you have so many DVDs, I have no idea where to start. Can you please give me, from A to B to C?" And I didn't want to do that. And I finally said, all right, because so many people were doing it. Because normally for me, if you give me 100 books from a person, I'm just going to dive into all of them and I'm going to read them. I'm going to be self-motivated to learn how to do it. A lot of people want to be taught A to B to C, D. And so that's what the thunderwizard.com, the base subscription level, was all about. So I poured all of my knowledge into shamanism into that. So I recommend checking that out. And of course, subscribe to this channel as well. All right, so maybe a couple of questions have come up here. Tim Flanagan, hello. I know, okay, so Tim, is this a question? The way this channel works, the question and answer is you ask a question. This is a question and answer. So I don't know if you're asking me a question or not. It doesn't sound like it. Hello, I know I'm empathic and had an experience. I'd really love it if people learned how to read and write the English language. An experience, not a experience. I had an experience the summer before last that I am still getting used to. I can see spirits, period. They are from the astral plane. That's not a question. Good for you. Congratulations. We're all very proud of you. All right, what else? Nothing else? I don't see any more questions. All right then, it's time for me to go. I'm going to go and eat some food and I'm going to rest and maybe get a massage, and then I come back later today and I make a couple of videos because I got to upload them to the thunderwizard.com site, and you need to go there. So for sure you need to go there, because when I become president, Arnold, in case you don't know, I am running for president. Maybe I didn't tell you. All right, I tell you now. Let's see, do I have it here? Arnold for president. Let's try that one. Hey there, pay attention. This is Arnold. I have a very important announcement. I am going to be running for president of the United States for 2020. Listen to me now and vote for me later. Hi, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm going to be running for the President of the United States of the world. Listen, the United States is the most pumped country in the world. We have the most pumped people. We have the most pumped democracy the world has ever seen. We used to be so pumped in the world. Everybody had respect for us. My God, we were so totally pumped. Nobody would dare look us in the eyes. We won every single war there ever was.
We won the War of Independence. We said to you, hey, England, you British Empire, forget about you. We are more pumped than you. And we won that war. And then there was the First World War. We won that. Here, Europe was fighting with itself. European countries were saying, hey, I don't like you. Hey, I don't like you. They're fighting like that. And then America, looking from across the ocean, said, hey, what are you guys doing? What's wrong with you? Come on, knock it off. And we came over there and we won that war. And then there was the Second World War. And it was all the same kind of things going on. Europe is fighting with each other and the Nazis are taking over all of Europe. And then they start bombing London. And we're watching. And then finally the Japanese come to us and they slap us in the face. And we go, hey, what's going on here? What's wrong with you guys? And we went to the whole world and we pumped and we flexed in front of the whole world. And we won that war too. But that's not what's happening anymore. The United States is not as pumped as it used to be. Nobody respects us like they used to before. Now we are old and flabby and out of shape. We put a big smile on our face and say, hey, we're the United States. Yeah, we're still pumped. But we got this guy running the whole country who thinks that he can just grab the whole world by the private parts. And the world is going, hey, you cannot grab me there anymore. I don't think you are pumped. And they're not listening to us. But I'm telling you now, and you are going to vote for me later, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to make the world a better place because I am going to pump up the United States one more time. And I know, yeah, they say, Arnold, you cannot be president. You were not born here. Hey, it doesn't matter if this guy who becomes the worst kind of idiot in the world goes around grabbing the world by its private parts. This guy can become president. I'm going to say, as Lord Pindar, ruler of the universe, I am going to say that I, Arnold Schwarzenegger, can become president if I decide to. So my new catchphrase is, make America pumped again. But in reality, we're going to make the world pumped again. And when I become president, I am going to legislate. The first thing that I do when I get into office, I'm going to sign the thing, I'm going to hold it up to the camera, and then everybody is required to go to thunderwizard.com and they're going to subscribe. They're going to hit the bell button. They're going to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Then they're going to go to thunderwizard.com website. And then they're going to subscribe there too. And then they're going to go to courses.thunderwizard.com and they're going to buy all of the products, all of the books, all of the services that this guy, I'm telling you, the Shaminator, that guy is really, really pumped in the spirit. He's going to pump you up so good spiritually, you're not even going to believe it. So that's it. Get ready, because here I come, world. The world is going to get pumped again, and there's nothing you can do about it. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, so as I said, you don't ask me questions, I'm going to be silly. No more questions. All right then, guys. Thank you so much. I will, of course, see you later. Have a good day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the hell it is, wherever you are. All right, see you guys later.